Unleash the power of purpose with impactful business voices, hosted by Nancy Baki and Anita Larsen. Each week, you'll be inspired by stories from companies that are making a real difference in the world, and you'll learn practical tips on how to grow your business with an impact. Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you for listening to Impactful Business Voices podcast, where every week we talk to a business owner that makes an impact on the world, in their communities, and on the lives of their clients. We're here to find out what drives them and hope that it inspires you to make an impact in your own business as well. We're your hosts. I'm Nancy Baki.
And I'm Anita Larsen. So, welcome and hi, everyone. We're excited to talk to today's guest. We are joined by Lili Henry. Lili is a personal stylist and image consultant, but we've come to realize that her mission is so much more than fashion. And for business owners, the right image can really and truly be an extension of your brand. It can give you, as a leader, the confidence that you need to really get your message across. So, let's discuss how style can influence your success and get some tips to how we can enhance our professional image. So, Lili, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Hi, Anita. Hi, Nancy.
Welcome, Lili. It's really wonderful to have you here. Listen, we're really excited to have this call with you today because, there are businesses out there that are, I'll call it myself. Yes, we have no idea sometimes what to wear. What is that perfect for our image, our style, etc. So I'm really excited to learn from you today and for everybody. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey from the early days, in your southern France to your current role as an image consultant in San Francisco today?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you said, I'm sure you're going to hear from my accent. I'm from France. I'm from the south of France. And growing up, I always loved fashion, but I didn't really think as a place where I can have a career. So I went to law school, but my personal life brought me to here in San Francisco, and I decided that I didn't want to go back to law school. So did a couple of different jobs, and one of them put me into luxury fashion. I was supporting someone that really was into this, and so I realized that personal styling was a job. So kind of like that's how I started. I after went back to studied at FIT in New York, and moving on, I just opened my business here in San Francisco.
That's awesome. That's around the world, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't know, like you just follow what you like and being open to it. And I thought that I had an eye for it and I wanted to study it. And because for me, there's more than just putting a cute outfits together, and it can really make an impact on people's life and confidence. And I wanted to learn the why behind it. That's why I decided to take some classes in image consulting, also color analysis, so I can explain my clients why those things work on them or don't work, because it's also good to know what's not working so you don't waste your money.
Love it.
Yes,
I love
very
it.
true. I've done that too many times. You buy something, it's like, oh, it looks good. And you're like, no.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think we all fall into that trap. It's such an exciting journey. To what we said in the beginning, and I agree with the fact that I really believe that a business owner's style and image can impact the success of their business. So, can you talk to us a little bit about that? How do you feel that it impacts your business?
I think overall, even if you are a business owner or not, as a person, when you feel good about how you present yourself, you just bring that confidence and that energy. And as a business owner, every day we have to build a company. So it's really important how we feel about how we present ourselves. And image matters. It's, your image is what you show the first time to people, to, future clients, investors. So in that sense, business, we want to make the right first impressions, and that's based on how you look. So I think overall, like the impact that your image has on your business is really important because you are representing that business. So your image matters, and having the right one will make you feel good, confidence, and kind of like after you can go tackle the world.
Yeah, it's very true. I absolutely agree. It definitely impacts your confidence and how you put your best foot forward and moving forward in your business. So
Yeah, yeah. And it's right, I didn't really learn that when I was young, but when you're preparing yourself for the day, you should really prepare yourself for yourself as well,
mhm.
for the other person. But when you do it well for yourself, then the other person, it comes with it, right? Um,
And and I think it's kind of like also when you're rushed in the morning, you don't know what to wear, it's not really working, it doesn't fit well, it just put you in the mood.
oh
That
yeah.
if you have a wardrobe that works for you, everything is versatile, everything works for you, is, your style, it fits you well. It's just easy. It makes your life easy
Mhm.
and you don't have to overthink it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you believe that there's a strong connection between a business's branding and its leader's personal image? Like, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
hmm Well, I would say it depends on the business. Like for instance, if you are the face of your company, if you are a service, definitely, your personal brand is tied to your business. You are your business, so you are an extension of your business. If you are selling a product or something, it might be a little bit less important. But at the end of the day, it's still important because when you go to talk about your product, when you're going to try to sell something that is not a service, but you are still representing that product. So definitely your personal brand is an extension of your business. And the personal brand, one of the part is your image. It can be also your online presence, your voice, I think, but image is definitely a big part. It's like people are judging, your cover, who you are, and are they gonna be confident in buying your service and your product based on what they see? And that's why you want to show them that you are an expert. You're going to help them with your product or your service. And that is shows by how you present yourself.
Absolutely.
I think it's interesting that you said that it depends on the business because I agree 100%. I think certain industries have certain expectation. Like, say, if you're the head of a tech company, they're not necessarily going to expect you to look all put together, and that's totally fine. Versus, I do think that maybe women in leadership positions are
Mm-hmm.
expected to come in that
Mm-hmm.
power suit and really look the way the society expects them to in a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
do think
And I
that's
would
a stereotype.
I would say also, I'm in San Francisco, so in the heart of
Mhm.
tech.
Yes.
So all my clients are mostly working in tech. Not all of them, but I have a lot of them. And I do men and women, and I do understand when it's a woman, there's a little bit more expectations.
Mhm.
But also tech is a casual environment. But we also
Yeah.
want to, even if you are in a casual environment, you still need to show up as a leader. So there's a fine line between, casual and, frumpy. And in some ways, how we make you look like a leader in a casual environment. And it's going to be with little details, For instance, for a woman, I will want to have her wear pointy flats if she doesn't want to wear heels, because the heels is uncomfortable or not appropriate for the work environment. But I still want that pointiness, but because that looks more put together and that looks more elevated. So your professional authority is more up when you wear a pointy toe than a rounded toe. Rounded, more casual. So it's a
Mhm.
lot of different things like this that I, share to kind of like how to build up your professional authority within your outfit without, necessarily wearing a suit.
Yeah, that's really great points. And it kind of goes into my next question too, because often, people see styles as a reflection of your identity.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we, or how do you, not we, but how do you make sure that a client's image is still authentic, because that's the thing, you have to be authentic today in business, especially if you're running your own business. It's
Mhm.
expected. You have to be real. It has to be you that comes forward. And so how do you make sure that that's their authentic style and it's not just the latest fashion trend or something that makes them look powerful, but it's not really them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think, yeah, authenticity, the most important, because even if I'm going to put you in some clothes that doesn't feel you, we're going to see it.
Mm.
You know, you're not going to be fully
Yeah.
comfortable in your own skin. It's like, doesn't really feel like it's me. So I think, authenticity starts by knowing, what your style is, what your true style is, not, like everyone is wearing. So when I start with a client, the first step is to define their true style. So we create an inspiration board. And so for for everyone, I really say, yes, start with creating your own inspiration board. So you can use like a place like Pinterest to kind of like really define what your true style is. So once you have this visual, you can, kind of like, how do we incorporate that into your professional image? And so depending on the environment you work in, if you have a place that is, your business is really more in a traditional environment like banking or finance, we'll incorporate that your true style through just accessories, because we can't,
Mhm.
really be out there when we are working in a very traditional environment, but we can still showing a little bit who you are through the accessories. On the other hand, if you work in, a more casual environment where you can show your individuality, where you can show your true style, here we can go, more with pieces that shows your personal style. So I think it's understanding the context where you are, and how much you can show your true style. But first and foremost, understand what your true style is by doing an exercise like, create an inspiration board to really have a visual in your mind of what you are in terms of style.
Mm.
That's a great point, to be able to use accessories and other ways to express your style if you can't use it in your I live in Orlando, and of course, Disney is a huge employer here, and they always had really strict guidelines in terms of what you can wear and not wear, or
Mm-hmm.
not what you can wear, but you can't in terms of your hair, what you can do with your hair, facial hair, nails,
Mm-hmm.
jewelry, accessories, and so on. It's been so strict, and I think they've recently like lightened up on it a little bit. But and even thinking back to my daughter in like elementary school, they had to wear school uniforms. So if you're gonna express your style, then you wear like fun socks, or
Mm-hmm.
finding different ways outside of the requirement of the workplace, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think the understanding kind of like your business and what's important to show. So obviously,
Mhm.
if you work in a company, it's understanding the company's culture. But if you have your own business, is also what's your expertise and the industry you are in, and how what type of personal brand you want to build. And definitely, you can show that by showing your personal style.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Um, could you share an example of a business owner you've worked with who, whose change in style really brought a really nice transformation in their business?
Yeah, I've had a chance to support some women who had like a very public role, and make an impact when they went on stage to talk about their career. So definitely by building the right professional image and that want to show really had an impact on their business in terms of like investments or new contracts because they were in a place where they had to show up and they felt confident in showing up thanks to the outfits, the image we built together. So definitely had an impact in VC funding and
Mm,
clients contracts.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's,
And their transformations, what about in themselves also? Like, did it make a difference in their business as well, in their personal life as well? Because I know that can be huge.
It
Um,
is. Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I receive, for instance, I had like last week, a woman who sent me pictures of herself in the dress that we picked the week before, and she was on a company retreat in Hawaii, and she was like, I got so many compliments, I felt really good, thank you so much. And that makes my day. And I had like a lawyer who sent me pictures of her in her partner's arms. They just won her case, and they were both wearing outfits that we picked, and she said, like, your outfits were so on point, we felt very, very powerful. So definitely, again, what you're wearing, can be an armor, can make you feel like you can, move mountains. And so when I receive those things from my clients, it's just, that's why I'm doing that job, is to, make them feel good, look good, and empower them. And you see, they win a case, they, get new clients, they have a lot of compliments. So definitely, I think at the end of the day, it's a transformation from inside out.
I love it. I love it. And I think that's important for people to know. Like, it's not just for business. It is really for you. It's not just for the other. I'm like coming back to what I was saying earlier, it's important. And like, I know even though my daughter is a teenager, she's, I'm like, okay, we're just going to the grocery store. She goes, Mom, I just want to feel good. I'm like, okay, awesome. Listen, take 30 minutes to take care of yourself to, go to the grocery store. I mean, I'm so happy that, at a young age. So I love what you do. Again, you're not a type of business that we see every day, but you make that change in that person. And we need that, especially what's been going on in the world, that for that self, sometimes we forget ourselves. So it's a big part of the people's image.
And definitely, kind of like it has, as you said, an impact in your personal life as well. Like who you're going to attract to, you feel good on how you look, if you're like looking for a new partner and some new friends and you are in a new city, and definitely how you present, and, if that makes you smile, like, people will be attracted to you. So definitely image, I always say to my clients, I'm only dealing with clothes, but it's so much more. It's so much more than just clothes. It's about, self-confidence and your energy.
Yes.
And I think looking back to, when I worked in the corporate world, I think definitely had those moments where you go into meeting. It's like, okay, I feel good today. I look good today. I can do this. And it boosts you, But now, speaking of today's world, where so many things are happening virtually, do you have any tips for how we can get that feeling and that sense of style across through a screen, through virtual meetings? How do we handle that?
Yeah. Yes, that I have a few tips to share. Definitely now we have, my clients, they don't work all the time at the office. And I always say to them, you always also want to look good on your little Zoom square. So how do you do that? So actually I can take myself as an example. So wear a good color, if you wear something that is too muted, it's going to wash you out. So having a little bit of like a jewel tone as a color will work better. And also, your square will pop out a little bit more as well, which is good on group call. Wear a little bit of more makeup. We don't see as much the makeup when you are on video calls. So having a little bit more makeup than usual, if that's something that will make you feel confident, do so, and have a little bit more. And I would say accessories can also be a good way to still show your style on a Zoom call. So having, more of a statement can kind of like have an impact, but not too big, because also we want people to see you, not just look at what you're wearing. And so we want them to listen to you. So having a little bit more of like, a bigger piece will work well, but not too much that it's kind of like become a focal point. And at the end, also, I would say, if your environment, if your home allows it, your background can also be an extension of who you are. It can show your personal style. So thinking about your backgrounds, if again your house allows to, can be fun.
Those are
Yeah.
great tips, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can see that it's true. I'm looking at your background. You're wearing the red, and you have the nice necklace. I love it.
And I'm
So
wearing the dark in the dark background, so I know what
me
she's
too.
gonna say. And it's so funny because before this call, I was like, "There's
You're like, why are we
something
both
wrong,
wearing dark
Anita." I'm like,
colors?
"Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm wearing dark today. It doesn't look good." And we're meeting Lily. This is like, oh my Lord, you know. So
Hey, so
yeah,
much for our
No
image
judgment,
guest
Nancy.
today.
no,
No
you're.
judgment.
I already judged myself. No, I
Yes,
thank you. I
me
appreciate
too.
it. But
So besides the virtual meetings, what are some other like common style pitfalls that our listeners should just avoid? Like, don't make these mistakes, whether it's, in their personal life or business. What are just some common style mistakes that people do?
I think it's not, I would say, first of all, before, if you are ready to kind of like do a wardrobe makeover, kind of like I think it's knowing what, who you are in terms of your personal style. So after you can avoid, buying something that it's not you or it doesn't work for you, or buy something on sale because it's a good price, but it's still not you. So I think it's understanding first who you are in terms of your personal style, what works for you in terms of colors and fit. Because, for instance, when I work with a client, we're going to do this style inspirations board, but also I'll do a color analysis because, for instance, for you, Nancy, some colors will work better on you than, on Anita. And so it's because, of the color analysis that, I do with my clients. It's the 4 seasons color analysis. So I'll define your season. So I'll define your palette. So understand what works and what doesn't work for you will make you avoid those, style pitfalls. So, and you're not going to save, you can save time and money on not buying those things.
well, we're gonna have to definitely meet Lily.
Yeah.
So
Anytime.
yeah, it sounds fun. I mean, where do you, there's a lot of people, that's not what we do every day, right? We don't think of that. Like, where do you recommend someone to start? Like, what's that first step in kind of revamping their professional image? Other than all the points that you've given us, which are so awesome, but what's that, step 1, 2, 3 that they just start?
All right. In terms of like, if you don't have the time, the energy, like, there's some things you can do on your own. So for instance, if you can understand your style, please do so, because that will give you, a good vision of what you want in how you look. So what I would recommend, for instance, if you go onto my website, there's a free style quiz. It's like 8 questions, and that will help you, really understand who you are. And, I will give you your primary style. And after, through a couple of emails, I'll give you a lot of tips on how to achieve that style. So that's, I think, a good starting point. Understand what is your true style. So either doing an inspiration board or grab my style quiz on the website. And then when you have this style, like what who you are, I would recommend, if you want to start your makeover, is to look at your closet, what's missing. And again, another little freebie, you have a professional wardrobe free guide on my website. So here, through that guide, I will show you how to do a closet editing and what are the foundational pieces that you need in your closet. So no matter what, what your job, for me, you need, certain pieces that will make your life so much easier and make your wardrobe versatile. So this free guide is on the website at all. So understanding your style, do a closet clean out, understand what's missing, and so you go shopping accordingly.
And your website is lilihenrystylist.com.
Yes.
And just I also wanted to ask, how can people work with you, because obviously you're in San Francisco. So anybody in San Francisco watching or listening, you can get firsthand experience with Lili. But for those of us who are not, what can you do for us and help us with our style virtually?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, come to see me. No, I'm kidding.
Why
but
not?
uh, but so get the free resources, the style quiz, the free professional wardrobe guide. But also because I really wanted to be able to help as many people as possible, I created those online courses. So there's self-assessment color analysis course. It's like half an hour. You get all the tools that you can download, and you can assess your own color palette. So define your own season, if you are summer, winter, and autumn. So that's the one thing, and that will also help you after shop, because you will say, okay, this is my colors. I know I need, I will need to wear those colors to look best. So that's the first online course. And the second one, if you are really ready to go on your a professional image makeover, I have this course called professional wardrobe and image makeover, where it's like an hour long, and I help you assess your professional image, your current professional image, and define what you need to have to achieve your goal. Then how to adjust that current professional image that you have, and at the end build a new one. So module 1, we assess together your professional image and your goal and the image that you need. After we adjust it together, and I show you how to about like all the tips that I've just talked about the pointy flats and so on. And the third module will be about building your new wardrobe. So shopping, the fun part, what you need to shop, where to shop, and so on. So those two courses, I think, will be a good combination, knowing your colors. And after doing this professional image and wardrobe makeover program, we really put you in a great position to build your new image and personal brand.
I think it sounds so fun.
I'm
Honestly.
definitely on
It
the
is
website.
fun.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like, like instead of going to a massage, you can go and do this. It's just
Yes.
something completely different. It's just a
I
different,
love it.
a different
Yeah, and
energy
just
that
like
you get out of it.
different cases, like it's a lot of illustrations, and you have like shopping list, and I really try to give as much as possible in terms of resources and tools and visuals, so you can really understand and feel like you can do that on your own.
Yeah, and it's also a really good gift. It's not like it's something that they have to take a class all the time. It's a really good gift.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a 1 hour session, and if they need to see you again, like whatever, but and then they so no, this is really great. Listen, thanks, Lili. It's been wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
Any
for
last
having
words,
me.
Anita, at all? Yeah, no, it's been
No, it's
wonderful.
been great. I have so many tips from this that like I said, I'm gonna go straight to the website when we hang up here and start taking quizzes. And so thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you. So
Yes, we're gonna
Thank
put
you
you
for having me.
backstage. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna come and join you in a minute, and we'll put you backstage. We'll see you there.
So another great guest today. That was
Yes.
amazing. Make sure you keep in touch with Nancy and myself, of course, to find out who our next guests are. But before that, let's talk about this episode, because
Yes.
usually we have like tons of little nuggets and tidbits that we want to talk about after the episode. And there were so many tips here that
Yes.
I'm taking away, but you all heard those tips. The biggest takeaway for me, Nancy, was really that kind of what we're always saying about the business is an extension of you. When you're working on your mission, your vision, your values, it has to reflect how you feel as a business owner. And that also goes to your personal style, right?
Yep.
It all comes back to who are you as a person? What is your style? What are your values? What's your image? What do you want to put out there in the world? And that's what people see when they look at you. That's what people see when they engage with you in your business. So in my mind, that's my biggest takeaway, that it all just ties together.
Yep, it's absolutely my takeaway as well. And we don't think about it, but when we hear it, then we think about it more. Like today, it was like a reminder, because we do know it deep inside, because we've done it before. Like we've gone out for dinner, gone out for whatever it is, excuse me, and networking, and we've taken the time to get dressed and look great and feel great.
Mm-hmm.
But when we get when we're home, sometimes we forget to take that time to do that, or not just forget,
Absolutely.
but it's kind of a different, we all know what it is, right?
We don't have to.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
exactly.
Yeah.
But what you said, that your image matters, it is because it is so important. I think it's even part of your longevity of life, because when you have more confidence, feel more powerful and empowered, and you feel like you're transformed, and you feel like she said, you can move mountains, then it's going to make you feel good,
Yeah.
right? And when you put yourself as a priority, then other people see that as well, right? And it makes you, again, walk with that more of that authority, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, image matters, and but even more importantly, yes, people are going to view you a certain way as a first impression, but more importantly, how does your image and how does it make you feel?
Yeah.
That's what really matters, and what's going to make a difference for you and your business.
Yeah. And, understand, everybody, I know she said it, but authenticity, it starts with your true style.
Hmm.
So, like, you got it, you and I, me and Anita, we've got two different skin tones, styles,
Hmm.
personalities, etc. So we're
Yeah.
all different. So that's why it's so important to do that. And if you don't, like, give yourself a gift, how you do something, and you reached your goal, maybe you could pop this as one of your lists again, and uh,
To
if
reward
you,
yourself, I love that. Yes,
yeah, I think it's so
absolutely.
important that we don't. I mean, I teach that to my clients, and it's so important. Some I have one. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to celebrate yet." I said, "What are you talking about? There's 10 steps, and you finished two. That is huge. You were on one and two for like 6 months. That's a huge celebration, right?" So sometimes we just have to
Mhm.
remind ourselves. But she said, create your own inspiration board. Use Pinterest. I mean, who doesn't love to hang out on Pinterest? And work on incorporating that into your image, and remember that if you're having your tech world, or in your casual, like we are now, there are different styles as well. Like if you would go to a meeting at a bank or go to a meeting here, very different as well. But she gave some really nice tips, honestly, and some really nice pitfalls. um you know Go out and do a wardrobe makeover. I mean, how fun is that? You know, the fun part of what she made me just realize, and my daughter does that too, is don't buy things just because they're on special. What
Mhm.
color, you know, it has that image to work with your colored tone, with where you are in your background. So hey, I am like you, I'm really looking forward to going to get that color analysis on her website and get that
Yeah,
freestyle quiz myself, and find out what my primary colors and style is,
yeah.
and really go from there. And then hey, I'll even go and get that free wardrobe guide, that she's talking about. So yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Yes. So thank you to Lily.
Yes.
Again, make sure you keep in touch with us. Find out what opportunities for education, learning, speaking, engagement, things like that we have coming up. Don't miss out on future episodes. Can find a copy of this recording. If you missed anything, you can find it on our YouTube channel immediately at Impactful Business Voices. Please support us and click the subscribe button.
Yes, so you
Yeah.
guys can get that notification every time that we
Yes.
have one. So next Tuesday, guys, we have the pleasure of speaking with Nicole Magic. She's known as the Golden Brain Strategist. I know, so different. Her unique blend of science and metaphysics, it crafts pathways to personal empowerment and transformation, in success. So she's all about what's holding you back to get to your next. So don't miss it, guys. Really looking forward to seeing you guys then.
So until next week, go make an impact.
Thank you for listening to Impactful Business Voices. Subscribe now and don't miss an episode.